Team USA had better athletes, but Canada played better ball. There are a ton of misreads that I see every day. So which one would you pick? What do you think was the problem in this particular play? Now, you see a guy catching the ball. He's a really good athlete and he makes a good decision to attack the closeout here towards the baseline because that's where there's no help. There's only help in the middle. He makes a good read, but this is a big problem. He doesn't even know what he's truly great at. And that's why I always recommend our premium evaluation so that you figure out what you're good at. He should be finishing at the rim, pump fake, getting to the body of the defender, and then finish. But he also has the other option of kicking out to that corner. Guys, get evaluate to figure out what you're great at because when you don't, you kind of expose what you're not good at. Now, here's a common problem I see in a lot of pick and roll situations. And we're going to break this down. I think this is really going to help you guys out. So, I call this setting the table. That was the right answer at first, right? So they don't have correct spacing. He should have waited and let the screener come to him more so that would space out that defender so that he has more space to attack. And this guy should be out on the wing more so he's an actual threat to shoot. But no table is set, so the spacing is off. Watch Trae Young. Whenever he has a guy that high on the opposite side, he's going to check the right baseline, right? So he's going to attack the outside. Now, when he does attack the inside on a pick and roll, he pauses so that he can get a good screen set. His guy is drifting to the wing, so he's ready to catch and shoot and spaces out that defender. Now he has more space and opportunity to go ahead and attack. He doesn't set the table, and right here he has the opportunity to kick to a wing, but even if he does, he's not close enough to be all the way a threat. Get your guys in position so that you could be more of a threat. Now, what do you guys think was the issue on this play? This is a common mistake that I see. In this part right here where I paused it, okay? So make sure you're writing down your answers. Figure out if you could actually spot mistakes. I love how physical TK was this entire possession with a smaller guard. Boom, he gets to his spot, but he should have draw contact on the guard. He should be trying to get in front of him to carve out more space. Instead, the defender is able to stay in the place and knock it away. Notice how Kyrie goes into these guards to create more space for himself. You could knock them out the play. And that's what he's consistently doing. He's knocking guys out the play by cutting in front of them so that they're completely out. You see right here, he makes a good move, but he should be leaning into that defender, literally jumping into the right side, which will create more space to the big to kind of help too. Instead, he gets stolen from behind. These are simple things that you could do to knock people out of position and create real deficits. This is a very simple play, guys. This is something that, I see a lot of guys who shoot the ball well from three, but they make this mistake. He's going up to shoot when they have a free two. Right here, the game, they only lost by 2 points. So if he hits that, it's a tie game. You have to make these simple passes right here. Boom. And it gets the team going. That guy will have a dunk, and now they wouldn't have to play defense in transition when it's the easiest time for the opposing team to score. He's got to make that simple pass to his guy. Something that our system is not good at in the States is working on reads, not structure, not sets, but reads. So where was the mistake here? Now, you guys got to watch it 2 times, but you saw quickly he comes around the pick and roll and he does a good job at coming off tight off the screen, which makes the guy, he comes over the top because this guy's a good shooter. First thing you need to spot is the low man and notice how the defense is guarding you. It's kind of a drop, and right here, he ends up taking too much time to get that pass off. A lot of passing, guys, is timing. This pass should have been through off a live dribble pass in that right corner there. Instead, he waited too long and tried to pass it late when the guy had already went over to help. And we see this from Trae Young. A lot of guys who watch basketball don't understand that high school, elite passers can make this live dribble pass in the corner. I think everybody should be spending time working on this if you see yourself as a primary ball handler. Sometimes passing is about timing, but sometimes it's about selling. Let me explain what that means. You see, he does a really good job at selling with his eyes to move the defense. Jump passes aren't always wrong, but I have to understand that it is a risk factor. And he does a good job at moving the defense with his eyes. But instead of passing up, he should have passed it down on a bounce pass or threw it in a way where he stood on his feet, did a pump fake up and pass it down, or pump fake down and then pass up to hit the roller. The answer was C. That was the right answer, to hit the roller. But the problem was the pass. Now watch Rob right here. He stays on his feet. He still sells, and now he's able to make an accurate pass through the chest of the offensive player. You got to stay on your feet at times. Now, we're watching the pick and roll situation once again. Where do you see the mistake at? This is another issue I have, is you have to be able to read the game and don't pre-decide. So right here, he spot the low man off the screen and roll. He's got a quick roller. You got to notice how the defense is guarding you. The big is trapping here, so you want to get it out quick. So you could get it out quickly to the roller, but maybe he didn't feel comfortable. This guy should have passed it to the big right here. Now, after that, the defense would have to go guard the big, and now you have a cut going on. Instead, he puts his head down, and he misses his guys twice. So it should have went to the big first and let him make the decision, but he also has corner. So his guy ends up helping from the corner to get the big, but the head is down, and he cannot see corner, and that ends up throwing the whole playoff, and they end up having a bad possession because of it. You've got to be able to, as a point guard, get the ball out quickly there. But if not, you're supposed to hit that roller. And then he can make the next play. This is what we work on the HoopClinic Academy, just the ability to make reads consistently. Now, you have to be able to make reads off closeout situations. People don't talk about that enough, right? You do a good job at attacking, but what do you do next? So he does a good job at immediately attacking, using the pump fake to get him downhill. Now, he already decided what he was going to do already. He's got a big helping out, and they have a corner guy calling in to help the paint guy so he could help stop the drive. So the answer is hitting the guy in the corner. And if you know DeMarcus, he's a great shooter. He can knock it down, but you got to be able to make reads off closeouts. And like I said, we have these at HoopClinic Academy. Comment on content you would like to see more to get help. Thanks for watching.